Hello everyone, welcome to Jets TV. Please comment and subscribe, guys. Comment and subscribe, like the videos. Also share the videos as well, man. I want to thank everyone that does watch and share my videos. You folks are the absolute best. So without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and get into my Week 11 picks. Football is back. I'm excited and I want to talk about it. But whoa, wait a second. See, I heard you guys. You guys are keeping me honest. We need to talk about my Week 10 recap first, man. We need to talk about that before we move on to Week 11. So let's go ahead and get into my Week 10 recap of the picks that I made. First game I covered, Browns at Lions. Took the Lions in this football game, got myself a W. Lions beat the Browns 24-38, man. I really didn't think the Browns would make it as competitive as they did, but they fought hard in this football game. But at the end of the day, they just couldn't overcome the Lions, man. The Lions did just enough to get the job done. So shout out to Lions fans. You guys got yourselves a win. I chose the Lions as well. Got myself a W too. Next game I covered, Steelers at Colts. Took the Steelers in this football game. Got myself a W. Steelers beat the Colts 20-17, man. Whew, close game again, man. Shout out to Steelers fans. You guys got yourselves a W. I chose the Steelers. Got myself a W as well. And last but not least, the best game of the week, the Jets game. Jets at Bucks. Whew. Took the Jets in this football game and I got myself a loss. Got myself a complete loss, man. It was absolutely ridiculous. Bucks beat the Jets 10-15, man. Jets just came out and looked bad offensively. A lot of penalties, just a lot of nonsense, man. It just was not good for the Jets. You know, you just couldn't get anything going. Defense was on the field way too long in this football game, and we just allowed Ryan Fitzpatrick to beat us. It's just, I want to barf, man, but it is what it is. Jets going into a bye for Week 11, so hopefully they clean things up during the bye, come out of the bye, and look a lot stronger than they did against the Bucks. So now I want to talk about Week 11, man. It is what it is. We're going to put, that loss in the past with the Jets. That's Week 10. It's done. We're moving forward. I want to talk about Week 11, man, because that's what's here. So let's go ahead and get right into it. First game I want to cover from Week 11, Ravens at Packers, man. Whew. Got a lot of Packers fans in my inbox saying, hey, what do you think? Look, you guys are coming in with Huntley. He's coming off of a solid game against the Bears. I think that's the best he's looked this season. He did some very good things in that football game, but look, this Ravens secondary is about business, okay? They actually lead the NFL in interceptions. They will get after you, okay? He's also going to be dealing with injuries, with some of his offensive personnel. Balaga, not going to be there. He's going to be out. He's dealing with the injury. Jones, the running back, a guy that really provided a spark, MCL injury. He's going to be out 3 to 6 weeks. You go back to Ty Montgomery, you're saying, hey, maybe we can hand him the football. He's dealing with an injury as well. He's not going to be playing in this football game. So now you're looking at handing the ball to another back named Jamal Williams. Can he produce within this offense? What does he have to give you? Huntley's going to be out there, and he's going to have to find some targets. And the Raven defense, I think, is absolutely going to get after him. You look at the Raven side of the football, my only question, okay, because I think the defense will play very good in this football game. My question is the offense for the Ravens. I think that's been my question most of the year for the Ravens is they're coming off of a bye, so they're rested. Can Joe Flacco in this passing game get going early? Okay, can you get something going early? Can you produce points early? Can you start games and just start on fire? Can you catch fire early so that you can put a lot of football teams on their heels, especially with the way your defense is playing? Also as well, Alex Collins, I want to continue to see this back, mature in front of us. I want to keep, seeing them feed him the football as well so that we can see him, get going in this football game too. He's had kind of, some up and down games where I feel like he could have played better than he actually did, but this is a game where I think he'll have opportunities because especially against the run, I think this Packers defense can give up, quite a bit here. So with that said, guys, I am taking the Ravens to win this football game. I am taking the Ravens to beat the Packers 23-14, all right? Comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Moving on to our next game, Rams at Vikings. Whew, man, this game is going to be something else. Two defensive juggernauts, two of the best defenses in the entire league going up and going after it, man. The Rams coming in with Goff. This is a kid that a lot of people wrote off as a bust last year. They said, hey, he's trash, had no business being picked in the first round. He's done. Sean McVay comes in this year. brings in offense, new concepts, new schemes, kind of tailors some of the stuff to, the strengths of Goff and the way he plays. And this kid has really been fairly solid this year. I have a lot of people, absolutely, on their heels right now saying, oh, maybe we judged him a little bit too quickly. He's finding guys out there. You look at, he's going up against his Vikings offense. I think a lot of the offensive production is going to be on his shoulders because I don't think they'll be able to run Todd Gurley, at some of these 8-man fronts that the Vikings are going to be putting at him. They're not going to let Todd Gurley just take over this football game running. So Goff is going to have to find guys, and I think one of the guys he has to find in this football game is Robert Woods. Very solid wide receiver out there for the Rams. I think that he might have, some opportunities to really put some protection together, especially the way that he's moved around. I think that Gurley is still going to be an instrumental part of this game offensively for them, but I think they're going to have to move Gurley around. I think we'll see Gurley catching footballs out the backfield, maybe some in the flats as well. And I also think McVay will continue to do one of the things that I love about his offensive scheme is when he takes Gurley and splits him out, puts him in the slot, makes him a pass catcher, man. Because once you get the ball in Gurley's hand, especially, the way that he runs routes, and he's pretty decent at that as well, he routes up a linebacker, and it's a matchup nightmare. Once he gets the ball in his hands, he's gone, gets to the secondary, he's absolutely destroying safeties and corners. So you look at the Viking side of the football, man, Case Keenum, he's starter now. We know Bradford's down. Bridgewater just came back from hinge injury as well. He's still on the bench as of right now. It was absolutely just lovely to see him come back. He was crying, just you could see all the emotion, that he's finally back from his injury and he's on that, he's back with the team and he's ready to go and he's physically able to get out there on the football field, even though they haven't started him yet. Maybe they have plans of starting him later on down the season, but as of right now, he's not the starter. He's just, sitting on that bench until his name is called. But, I'm a big Bridgewater guy, so shout out to Teddy. I'm absolutely happy that you're back. But getting back to Case Keenum, he's going up against a Rams defense that is absolutely, just savage. I mean, Donald, the defensive lineman they got, this dude is ridiculous. He gets after it. I mean, there's nothing to get by him. You want to run at him, he'll destroy you. You try to do certain things. You want to pass, he will absolutely light up your offensive lineman and get after you, man. They have to find ways to contain him and make sure that he doesn't just wreak havoc, and get after Keenum. So I see a lot of, maybe keeping him back in the backfield just to get, to chip, Donald, make sure that he doesn't get to the quarterback early. I think Keenum is going to have to find, different targets out there. We know they got Diggs. We know they got Thien. These are two solid wide receivers in the league, but they also got a guy named Kyle Rudolph who's a very good pass-catching tight end in the league as well. Very good receiving tight end. They're going to have to get him involved in this football game, I kind of felt like his production hasn't been as good as it could have been this season, simply because, a lot of things are going Diggs' ways, and he's definitely producing this year. And Thien's way as well. He's producing as well. And Kyle, I think, is kind of being lost in the sauce there. But I think that this is a game where Kyle Rudolph, I think, has a lot of favorable matchups. And this Rams defense is good. But, I mean, damn it, Kyle Rudolph, I think, is one of the better tight ends in the league. So I want to see Keenum find him early and often in this football game and kind of, use that tight end position to get the ball, get going downfield. So with that said, guys, I am taking the Rams to win this football game, man. I think it's a close game. I think it's a dirty game. I think a lot of hits are going to be laid. I think we'll see a lot of just absolute just defensive havoc out there, And I think it's a low-scoring game as well. I'm taking the Rams to beat the Vikings 10-13, man. I think the Rams and the Vikings keep it close until late in the fourth, and the Rams get, a game-winning drive field goal from the 40. I think they could go 40-yard field goal, take the game away, man. That's exactly what I think happened. So comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. So last but not least, guys, we all know the Jets are on a bye this week again. I'm hoping they get into this bye, clean some things up. So I got all the Eagles and Cowboys fans in my inbox saying, yo, you haven't talked about us, man. What's up? So what can I do? If you guys keep getting after me, then I'll talk about you guys. So here we are. Last but not least, the last game of the week that I want to talk about, Eagles at Cowboys, man. Listen, Eagles coming in, they are hot. Wentz is just absolutely turning the NFL upside down. I mean, this kid is amazing. He's absolutely amazing. Some of the things you see him do on the football field, some of the throws that he makes, just absolutely just leaves you spellbound. I think he'll continue that production here. He's a guy that really likes to get the offense get going early. I want to see Jay Ajayi continue to be a big part of this offense. He's a weapon, especially coming out the backfield, catching the football. That's just something that he just does, and he's a very solid runner as well. As a blocker, he can leave some things to be desired. He'll get better. I hope that he gets better at that part of his game, because I think that will just make him just an absolute, just one of the better backs in the league. But he's definitely those things he does, the pass catching, the running, all that stuff. Dude, he's just an absolute dynamic weapon that they've added to this offense. My only question about the Eagles coming into this football game is that, look, Alshon Jeffrey is dealing with an injury. He's questionable for this game. If he cannot play, who steps up? We understand that Zach Ertz is out there receiving tight end. He's one hell of a weapon for the Eagles. But which one of these other young wide receivers are going to step up if Alshon Jeffrey cannot play? Is it Nelson Aguilar? Is it Mac? Who is it? Who is going to step up and take those snaps and be productive for Wentz? Who's going to be a target for Wentz to find out there? Who's going to make the play? That's my only question coming into this game if Alshon does not play. You look at the Cowboys side of the football, things are just unraveling. I mean, Ezekiel Elliott, he fought, he lost. He's going to be dealing with his 6-game suspension. You look at the offensive line, which is the actual strength of this Cowboys offense. They're dealing with an injury in Tyron Smith. I know a lot of people say, well, hey, that's just one lineman. Look, I understand that. He's one of the better linemen in the league. He is amazing. His replacements gave up 7 sacks. That's why that's such a big deal. It does not look good at all. And Dak is out there running for his life, man. Guys are just all over him. And again, Tyron's not going to be playing in this football game. So how are they going to shore that up? They cannot have Dak out there running like a chicken with his head cut off. He's got to be able to sit back there, have a comfortable pocket so that he can find guys. Defensively as well, they're dealing with the injury. Sean Lee, again, man, this dude is a great backer when he's on the field. He misses a lot of time, though, because he's always hurt. He's hurt again. He's not going to be playing in this game as well. Dan Bailey, the kicker, he's hurt too. He's dealing with an injury as well to his groin. Nugent, the backup, he's missing field goals. Things are just not looking good for the boys right now. I look at this football game, and I just cannot take the Cowboys, not in the current state that they are. I think the Eagles' defense pins their ears back, especially if the Cowboys continue to have the issues that they're having along the offensive line with Smith out. They're just having a problem jailing and shoring up that position, man. Oh, man, and the defense is just going to take shots, especially the backers. We're talking about matchups with Ertz, who, if Sean Lee is gone, the coverage is going to be all over the place. I am taking the Eagles to win this football game. I am taking the Eagles to beat the Cowboys. 31-17, man. 31-17. I think it's going to be a tough game. I'm hoping the Cowboys rebound and get things together, but the Eagles are so hot right now. That defense flies around, man, and they hit hard. It's just going to be a tough one for the Cowboys to come back from. So it is what it is. Again, I am taking the Eagles to win that football game. So enjoy the times with your family, guys. Comment, rate, subscribe, guys. Comment, rate, subscribe. Like the video, share the videos as well, man. I want to thank everybody that does share my videos. Like I said, you folks are the absolute best. Enjoy your times with your families. Have pizza, have juice, have soda. Just have a blast, man. Football Sundays are always a good time. So you guys have a good day.